Hello. So I had there's some problems starting off. So a couple of minutes late here, but we're going to start in a minute. Okay, good. I think I'm in the right place. So I'm here for Anais this morning. So feel free to say hi in the chat. I know I can see that a few people are here, but looked like Susan and John were here. I saw the chat when I tried to enter the first time. So I'm gonna go back to my mat and we'll start. So good morning. Today we're going to do sun salutes and we're going to break them down so that we have all the pieces and then we're going to put it all together. Let's start seated though. So we'll start with the centering and then just some movement and then go into the sun salutes. So right now, as you're sitting, notice how your hips are coming in contact with your blanket or the mat. And just feel a sense of grounding. You might even imagine like your sit bones are growing roots into the ground. So you have a sense of stability. And from that stability, let your spine rise upward. So are these two opposing actions happening? Your hips are rooting, your spine is lifting. Just finding that balance that feels easy and effortless. And you can close your eyes or just soften the gaze. And notice your breath. Feel the breath coming in through the nostrils. Observing the inhale and the exhale. As you exhale, feel the sense of rooting down and grounding. As you inhale, feel a sense of lift and expansion. And then open your eyes. Take your hands to your knees. And with your exhalation, begin to round your spine. Just gently bringing the chin forward, rounding the back. And on the inhalation, reverse, bring the chest forward and the shoulders back, coming into an extension. Just go back and forth and make the movements as small or as big as works for your body. And perhaps start smaller. Start with little movements. And then, you might make them bigger if that feels good, if you're enjoying the movement. Let's start to add a side stretch. So we're going to begin to circle the hips. You're shifting the weight to the side and back and to the other side and then coming forward. So kind of feel like your pelvis is making this circle and then feel like your belly is circling. And let the shoulders get involved also. And you can change direction, starting from the hips again, circling the hips and the belly and the shoulders. And eventually start to make the movement smaller, just kind of little circles, and then settling right in the middle. Just take a moment to feel that energy settling. And with your next inhale, take your arms out. And so here again, for a moment, just feel the hips rooting, the crown of the head lengthening up, your arms opening out. And with your exhalation, go into a twist. Twist to your right side. One arm going behind you, one arm going across. Turning the spine of the head. And then on the inhale, open back to center. And on the exhale, take the arms across to the other side. Now, follow your breath, opening out on the inhale and turning on the exhale. And just notice your foundation here, so the legs and the hips. So there you'll notice that there's a little bit of a movement through the hips that's happening. But feel like your sit bones are still rooting down. Let's do each side one more time. Finishing on the left. And then come to center, open your arms. And take your arms up. So anywhere between horizontal and vertical, just whatever feels good for your shoulder. Root down and reach up all the way through the fingers. Take a breath in. And exhale, release the arm down. And uncross your legs. Okay, now let's move into table pose. So you might, if you like to use blocks for your sun salutes, have a pair. If you like to pad your knees. So just get whatever you need to. Start here. So we'll be in table pose first. Just starting on all fours in table. As you exhale, move the hips all the way back towards your heels. So coming into an extended child's pose. Your hips are moving back, the sides of the torso are lengthening. And then as you inhale, just coming back into table. And draw the chest forward. So no big arch in the spine, just chest slightly drawing forward. And we'll just do that a few times. Reaching the hips back. And bring the chest forward. And one more. And coming into table. Let's bring the right foot forward between your hands. We'll just start by moving the hips. We'll slide the right hip back and draw the left hip forward to start waking up our legs, the hamstrings. And then center the knee over the heel, just making your shin vertical, and you can use your blocks if you like. Tuck the toes under, straighten out your back leg. So here you are in the lunge, staying low enough so your front thigh is parallel to the floor. Back leg is straight, spine lengthening forward. Let the weight stay in the legs here. Maybe come up with your fingertips. And lower the knee. Step back. Let's bring the left foot forward. Place your foot between the blocks. Start to move the hips forward and back. Rolling into the heel and then coming forward. Sliding the hips. Now center the knee over the heel so your shin is vertical. Tuck the toes under and come up into your high lunge. So your front hip is staying low, but your back leg, back thigh is lifting. Just take a moment here to really feel into your legs with a sense of stability and again, a sense of rooting. Let's take child's pose for a moment. Bring the hips back, bring the forehead down. Now reach your arms forward, spread your fingers, and let your hands be about as wide as your mat. So your little fingers come to the edge of the mat. Tuck your toes under. So here you can do puppy dog pose, or you can come up into downward dog. Lift the hips, ground the palms. Just so your first down dog, maybe bending one knee at a time, just slowly stretching through the legs, lifting the spine. Pressing the palms into the floor. And bring the knees down. Come down and rest. Just briefly, and then we're going to come up again into down dog. Placing the hands, tucking the toes under as you lift the hips. Now from down dog, we're going to transition into the lunge, and I'll just give you two options. You can lower the knees and step forward for your lunge, or you can tuck the knee in towards your chest and take a big step forward. Land your hand between your foot between your hands. So just do whichever version works. I'm just going to move the blanket out of the way. So here we are in the lunge, right foot forward. Place your palms down, and then we're going to step back. So again, you can transition to table or step right back. Down dog. Now, left foot comes forward. So either through table or draw it in and make a big step forward, landing in the lunge position. Place your hands, step back, down dog, lift the hips. And now from your dog pose, come forward into plank. Okay, so shift your shoulders forward, and you might need to wiggle your toes back a little bit. You end up in plank. Lower the knees down. Now you're in a knee down plank. So keep that distance between your hands and your knees, and draw the elbows close in. So bend them a little bit and just hug them in towards your ribs, and bring your chest down. And then lie down on your belly. So just coming down here, lying in your belly. Palms at the sides of the chest. Tuck your chin and bring the forehead down. Keep stretching back through the toes. Keep the shoulders broad. And let your hands be a little bit away from your side. So you don't need to squeeze your hands close in. Keep your little fingers close to the edge of the mat. Watch your breath here and feel the belly moving against the floor. And as you exhale, feel the belly draw into the body and away from the floor, and hold that as you inhale and come into a small version of Cobra Pose. Exhale, come down. And once again, inhale, exhale, belly draws in, inhale, come up maybe a little bit higher this time, just a little weight into your hands. Exhale down. Take a breath in, exhale, inhale, Cobra. Exhale, roll down, tuck the toes under, press up, and stretch back into down dog. Grounding the palms, lifting the hips. And then from down dog, look forward towards your hands and just walk your feet forward. Press through the feet, come up to standing. Just stand with your feet comfortable distance apart. And feel a sense of grounding through the feet now. Finding your upright posture by rooting down and lifting up at the same time. So again, there's this action of rooting and the action of lifting. And bring your palms together in front of the heart. Just create a gentle pressure, just gently pressing the palms against each other. And as you press the palms together, feel that your shoulders are broadening and your shoulder blades are gently pressing towards your ribs. As you inhale, bring the arms up. And as you exhale, come into a forward bend, hinging at the hips and adding as much bend in the knees as you need to keep your back happy. Now, as you inhale, take your hands to your shins and come up halfway, draw the chest forward. And then exhale, go down again, press through the feet, and inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, palms in front. So this is a half sound salutation. Just do that. We'll do that 2 more times together. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Draw the chest forward. Exhale, fold. Press through the feet. Inhale. Exhale, palms in front. Ground and lift. Folding. Halfway up. All the way down. Press to your left. And exhale, palms in front. Just pause here. And we'll launch into our full version of the sun salutation. So just make sure you're at the top of your mat so you have enough room behind you to step into. Inhale, lift up, exhale, fold. Inhale, draw the chest forward, coming halfway so your fingertips can stay on the floor or come up to your shins to give you a little more space. Exhale, fold. Now your right leg will step back into lunge. Take that leg all the way back into lunge and then place your palms down on the floor. Take your left leg back. So now we're in plank pose. From plank, lower the knees down, draw the elbows in, bring your chest and chin down, pointing your toes back. Inhale, come up into cobra, keeping that lift in the belly, broadening the shoulders, keeping the back and neck long. Exhale, release down, tuck the toes under. Press up, so use your arms, use your core strength to lift up, coming up into down dog. And let's just stay here for 3 breaths. Keep grounding through the palms and lifting the hips. Keeping your pose dynamic. So even though you're holding it, you keep lengthening. You stay active in your pose. And then draw the right knee in towards your chest or lower down into table and bring your right foot forward between your hands. So we're in the lunge again. Step forward with your left leg. Inhale, come up. And exhale, bring your palms in front. So this was one half of the sun salutation, right? Because we were leading with the right leg. So now we're going to lead with the left leg. Inhaling left, exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, down. Step your left leg back now. Into lunge. Right leg goes back. Lowering the knees, elbows in. Lowering the chest, pointing the toes. Inhale, cobra, exhale down. Tuck the toes under, ground the palms, lift the hips. Coming into your dog pose. And taking 3 breaths here. And at the end of your 3rd exhalation, bringing the left knee in, bringing your left foot forward into lunge. Right leg comes in, inhale, and exhale, palms in front. So let's flow. Let's do 1 more time on each side. So follow your own breath, right? So I'm guiding you, but you do what works for you. It does not have to be exactly the same. Lowering down and flowing up. Coming into dog pose. We're just using dog pose to pause. Take a few breaths. Right foot comes forward. left leg. Inhale and exhale. And the other side. So the general rule of the sun salute is when you lift, when your head comes up, that's your inhale. And when the head comes down, that's your exhale. Now let's step the left leg back into lunge and the right leg. Lowering down and rolling up. Tuck the toes under, lifting the hips, pressing the palms. And take your left foot forward. And the right. Press through the feet, inhale, and exhale. So we'll do one more round, and I'll add a little variation. We'll add a twist in. Inhaling left, exhale, fold. Inhale and exhale. Now let's step back with the right leg, coming into lunge. So here, you can use your block, or you can just have your hands on the floor. Take your left hand to your hip. As you turn, bring the arm up. Exhale, turn towards the floor, step back. Lower the knees and the chest. Inhale, float up. Exhale down. Tuck the toes under. 3 breaths here. Right foot forward. And the left. Inhale up. And exhale, palms to front. Second side. Step your left leg back. Bring the left hand closer in, right hand to your hip, turn, reach the arm, and exhale. Stepping back and lowering, toes pointing back, lifting up, exhale down, tuck the toes under, pressing up, stretch the hips back, grounding through the palms and lifting the hips. Now step your left foot forward. And the right. Press through the feet. Inhale, come up. And exhale, palms to front. Now bring your arms down. Just pause here, feel your whole body. Notice sensations in the body. Notice the energy flowing. Now take your hands to your hips, soften the knees, and take a forward bend, just folding from your hips. Bring our hands into the elbows. And just release your whole spine towards the floor. Keeping the legs active, just keeping enough bend in the hips, enough bend in the knees so the spine can release. And bend the knees, press through the feet, come up to standing. And then go ahead and line your back. Coming down to the floor. Line your back, take your arms out to the sides. Head in the center, ground the shoulders. Tuck the shoulder blades under. Ground the feet. As you inhale, roll up into bridge, pressing down through the feet and lifting the chest up and keeping the neck neutral so your chin stays up, not pulling the chin down. Exhale, roll the spine down. Just continue at your own pace, rolling up and away from the floor on the inhale. Keep your thighs lengthening forward, rolling down on the exhale. And the next time you lift, ground the shoulders and lift the chest. Just hold your bridge pose. A few more breaths here. Exhale, arms down. Stretch your legs out, bring the arms down, relax the shoulders. And draw the knees in towards your chest. Just a little rocking side to side. Relax your neck. Let your head roll side to side. And then let go of your legs and stretch out on your back. Just allow your whole body to feel supported against the floor. And just take a moment to notice where your back is touching the floor. If you need to make any adjustments to feel more symmetrical, you can do that, kind of wiggling around a little bit. And then just releasing into the floor fully, letting go. Letting the body become still. Just noticing how the breath moves in the body. The breath rising and falling. And then gradually, even the breath becoming more quiet, more subtle as you relax. Just staying there, releasing, letting go. Observing. And then start to move your fingers and move your toes. Just taking your time to start moving your body, bend your knees. And rolling onto your side. Make your way up to sitting. And so we're just going to conclude in the same position that we started in. Seated. Rooting through the hips and lifting through the spine. Just notice. Either eyes closed or half open. Absorbing sensations in the body. Allowing everything to be there just as it is. And opening your eyes. You can bring your palms together in front of the heart. Thank you. Namaste. Thank you for doing this with me. Have a great day.